So let's talk preseason recap. First of all, let's talk about Ben Simmons. He's actually been able to do what he needs to do. I'm happy for the guy. You know, seems like he's gotten over his demons. He looks decent. I'm hoping that they can make some kind of waves in the East. The East is, it's a little beastie now. You got Milwaukee and you got the Celtics, but I'm happy for Ben Simmons. I just wanted to point that out. He looks good. Let's shift. Let's talk about the Warriors. The Warriors also look amazing. They've actually, they've retooled as a team should, especially a team with that core. They've retooled, and now they're looking to make another run. The young players, they look great. They look ready. Kuminga and Moody look like they're ready to make that jump, which I'm happy for. Steph, of course, is Steph. Draymond, we'll see what Draymond's looking like when he comes back, although I do think he's going to bolster their defense. However, I think even with Draymond not there, the defense they need to be more defensive-minded because you can't, go bucket for bucket. It's not necessarily a losing game, but it'll be a bad game. We have, the addition of Dario Saric, perfect addition. I feel that the one thing that they have to work on is the turnovers. That's a bane of their existence because I think they played Sacramento and they had 22 turnovers. However, they won the game. It was a close game. But let's say they had 14, maybe 15 turnovers. They would have won that game handily, right? Granted, they scored. So I think that's something that they need to work on and they need to figure out as a unit. But, they're looking good. They're looking good. 4-1 in the preseason, and they're looking good. Let's talk Phoenix Suns. They've got three of the best scorers in the league: Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and Devin Booker. But I've watched them closely, and it comes across as more of your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. I don't know how cohesive it's gonna be. Again, they've added a bunch of new pieces. Matt Ishbia has done a great job in making this team a contender this year. So we'll see where it goes. Again, I'm not gonna say they're gonna be one of the best in the West because the West is stacked this year. The West is stacked. There's no going to any team necessarily and thinking, yeah, this is gonna be an easy night. If you think that, you got another thing coming. But they look decent. They look good. Time will tell. I'm not, one of those to just jump out the window and just say, yeah, they're going to be the best in the West. They're going to win the West. Not one of those. So we'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys posted. Next on the docket, Wemby. Let's talk Wembanyama. That guy's something. He looks amazing. I saw he played the Warriors. Man, he was unstoppable. I mean, what are you going to do against a guy who's 7'4" and moves like that, right? The guy was unstoppable. Granted, as I took the game apart, I noticed by like the third quarter that he was gassed. He was gassed. That's a big thing because if they can't play you in the fourth, that's a problem. But really good player. I'm not gonna go as far as some people. They're like, oh, give him 2 or 3 years, he's gonna be the best NBA player in the world. Let's not go crazy. The kid hasn't even played a full regular season NBA game yet. He hasn't even played a full season. So pump the brakes, let the kid get a season under his belt, let him get some stats, and then we'll talk. But until then, just steady as she goes. History has told us, and I'm not calling any bad on the kid, knock on wood. History has told us that, players his height, they don't necessarily stay, sad to say, overall healthy. We've got Yao Ming, we've got Kristaps Porzingis, we have, the durability is not as stout as someone, let's say, like a LeBron. So if I was him, I'd try to get an audience with LeBron. I'd try to get an audience with maybe Derrick Rose, only because of the way he moves, because he's 7'4", but he moves like a guard. And that type of movement, I don't know, it scares me to see the kid. But again, he's good. He's a good player. But that type of movement, be very mindful of it, and I'd watch out. But, he's a talent to watch. He's a talent to watch. So keep an eye out for Wemby. Let's talk Celtics and Milwaukee. Man, that's going to be a battle in the East. I'm not forgetting about Miami, of course. Again, the Nets, maybe they can do something. We'll see. But the Celtics, they look like they're going to be a force, especially after acquiring Jrue Holiday. You know, I've seen them play. They look phenomenal. Tatum looks great. Jrue Holiday looks good. Jaylen Brown, he looks good. However, there's videos online about him not being able to dribble with his left hand. Getting paid that much, you should do something, focus on that a little bit. But anyway, that's besides the point. They're going to be good. Milwaukee, again, time will tell. We'll see what they are going to turn to. I'm not one to jump off the gun. Although they look good on paper, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make it all the way to the NBA Finals, let alone out of the first round. So, it all depends. Again, they look great on paper, so I'm not going to count them out. However, I'm not going to count them in. This season is one of the few seasons we've had in a while where there's a lot of teams who could do something. You got Dallas. You've got OKC. Watch out for OKC. They look really, really, really good. Shai Gilgeous, Josh Giddey, Chet Holmgren just came back on. Another thing about Chet, this is rookie season. Let's see what's going to happen between him and Victor. Seems like there's a little bit of budding rivalry there. So I'm very curious to see which one of the two is going to come out on top. But excited because there's a lot of teams that's doing good work. We could talk the Pelicans. Gosh, can we please get a full season of Zion healthy? Please. Let's just see what that looks like. A full, if not 82 games, at least 70 or 75. Come on. Let's try and get that because the kid's a monster and we really want to see him play, because the Grizzlies, John Morant, 25 or 30 game suspension. He should, we'll see what will be back. I think that'll be a good thing for the Grizzlies because depending on where they are in the standings, when Ja comes back, although the chemistry, will have to be worked on, I think that with fresh legs and just a hungry Ja, the Memphis going to be a problem. So watch out for them. We can't forget about Sacramento either. They look great. They looked really good last year. They've come into their own, so they are definitely a contender. But like I said, you can't just scurry away any team and think it's going to be an easy night. So I'm excited for the NBA season. And let's see what's going to happen. I'm excited for it.